We're gonna dance. You didn't put any music. Oh my, you know what? Good evening. Welcome to Sensitivity Training. My name is Diana, and this is my co-host Dave, who was supposed to do the introduction tonight because apparently I'm overbearing.
Welcome to Sensitivity Training. I'm your host tonight, Dave. And
By yourself?
This is Diana. Well, I don't know when we're on.
We're on. He said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've been
Okay.
doing this for how long? So listen, I have a confession. No, but I do have a confession. Can I get my confession out?
Yeah, and then I want to tell you about, no joke, a dream.
Can I put this up now?
Yeah.
I hope it stays because I didn't get a chance to attach it, but this is...
You put a lot more work into the Donald Trump signs, I see.
Listen, I want to put it over your face. So Martin Luther King Day was yesterday. And I'm glad it's a holiday. I wish that we have some police action going on over here. I wish that everything shut down on holidays, but you know what? The show is rubbing off on me. Can you do something with that mouth of yours? Because do some lip closing. Okay, so listen, sensitivity training is rubbing off on me. So I decided that I want to start. Oh, he might be in the room. I want to start with a blank slate. That is a blank slate. So, you know, we've had some issues. The show, this is our 4th show, and we're having some angst between the two of us.
Yeah, wait, can I, so...
We should talk about this first, because otherwise we can't go through the whole...
Alright, well, so my lead-off thought was, I had a dream last night this morning.
Okay.
And seriously, I wanted to talk about it on the show, and I didn't even realize that it applies because yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But I had a dream that I was in like my driveway at my parents' house, but it was my house.
Did you wet the bed? I just want to know.
No, in the driveway.
Did it end
Oh,
with
no.
wetting the bed? Okay,
No.
okay, go on.
And I was trying to shoot some baskets, but there was like a softcore porn production going on in the driveway, and so I was shooting, and it was like...
So you did wet the bed.
Yeah, and I did. Or not the bed, my pants.
Dad, I'm sorry. It was low-lying fruit.
But,
Anyway.
and so my balls were were bouncing and disrupting
Your balls were
production.
bouncing.
Yeah.
His balls were bouncing and disrupting production.
And so I was like...
your balls were. I think it would be actually helping production, or maybe it's reproduction. But anyway, go on.
So I woke up, but yeah, so I was upset because I was like, this is my driveway. I just want to play some basketball, and I woke up very distraught, like I was doing something wrong, and I realized it was...
The show?
Yeah, it was about the show.
Okay, so what is it about the show? We're gonna, I have a degree in, my master's degree, and I can actually do therapy. So let's
Really?
do a little therapy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Talk therapy, not any other kind of therapy, not massage therapy, because, the dream. So what about the show is distressing to you?
I guess... sorry. It's not, my idea for the show would be something kind of fun and talk about different issues and make fun of people, but the way we've gone, it's like we're actually attacking people and it makes me uncomfortable.
Are you losing your marbles?
Did you buy those just for that?
I think he's losing his marbles. Wait, so let's get this straight, and we're gonna do a little.
But
therapy.
I know I'm crazy. You and the rest of Trump people don't know you're
So
crazy.
this is what I find interesting, and I'm gonna be the PC Diana. So maybe I can't say what I really want to say. So what you're saying is that you wanted to have a show where you could make fun of people. You wanted to make fun of people, okay? in Cambridge, which is the bastion of liberalism in the United States and possibly the world, you wanted to make fun of people.
But I don't know if we've done this in the past, but I want to make fun of people who are in power, not people who are at the bottom, not the little guy.
But
Because I don't see the point of it. That's
right,
bullying.
but who's making fun of the little guy?
Yeah, we're not making fun of the little guy. We're saying, hey, little guy, take your lunch and beat it.
But you interpret it as that. Because this is what's interesting. The minute somebody says the word Trump, or somebody says the word Republican, the conversation ends and the
No.
assumptions begin.
I loved Trump before, and also we had Jay on last week, who I thought was going to be extreme, but he ended up being in the middle of us, which I thought was funny. Like
Who was extreme?
Well, it's me, you, and he was in the middle of us.
I was sitting in the middle.
Yeah, no, I mean.
So what you're saying is that I was more extreme than he was?
Yeah.
So this is what I think is interesting, and this is the PC Diana. I watched the show, and I didn't see anything in there where I said anything that I was making fun of, condemning, or anything. I base anything that I say on research that I do. So I don't just take a headline from the news, from whether it's CNN, Fox, NPR, whatever. I do my research and then I make my opinion. Mm-hmm. So if I have an opinion, why does that make me, like, you'll never hear me say anything about a race, like, you know, they're this or they're that, right? People say those things. So why am I something because I have a different opinion based on information I've gathered?
Well, you can have your opinion.
But if you don't like it, then I'm a racist.
No, if it's a racist opinion.
But you think it's a racist opinion.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it is.
Well, that's my opinion.
Right, but maybe you're wrong.
Okay, but can I have an opinion?
Yes, but then if you just assume that, and I noticed this when God, this is very serious, and
Yeah, I
I
know.
wanted to have fun. And so, but here's the...
Wait, but I'm not against Republicans. I watch all the debates. My friend told me there was a debate last week, and I missed it. Did you know there was a debate last week?
I watched it. Well, I tried to watch. I watched on TV. I mean, it was on Fox Business, and I don't get that. But I saw it online.
But anyways, I think they probably talk about a lot of different issues that aren't so during the State of the Union, Obama said food stamps didn't cause the financial crisis. So that was something that stuck in my head because, I think, I don't know, it just seems like Trump, we're just focusing on these horrible, unconstitutional things that he says, but there's like so many other issues that are much more important.
But here's the thing, though.
All right, can we talk about like the immigration?
Well,
thing?
yeah, but the thing is.
You were talking about the San Bernardino lady.
Well, right, but the thing is, so I was going to be, you know that DirecTV commercial? Where they have, what's his face there?
Is this your research?
No, what's his face there? I can't think of it. I had his face, I have his name. He's an actor. And he plays two different people. He plays like the smart...
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe, there we go. Okay, so I was the non-PC. I was the PC Diana. Right? And it doesn't really feel that good. I really feel like it doesn't fit me.
All right, well...
So can I just change?
What?
Can I just change?
All right, well, I'm going to keep on talking. So the San
keep talking.
Bernardino
So
woman...
I gotta be true to myself because you know what? and you know what? I know there's a Superman. But now there's another Superman.
So your argument is it's okay to shut the borders. Are you saying shut the borders to everyone or just Muslims?
We have secretly replaced politically correct Diana with the non-politically correct Diana. I'm back. Donald Trump is Superman. Superman. He's gonna save the day. He's gonna save America.
Wait, are you trolling me with Trump? Are you trying to get people to say, hey, this is what Trump is? It's a crazy lady. Wait, well, why did you put that on? It's like a cape?
It's a cape.
Yeah.
It's the red cape. It's all I had. See, he's gonna save America. For those of you out there in Cambridge land. I asked Dave before the show if he had his big pants on. So did you? So can I go back to the politically incorrect Diana? Here we go. There we go. Okay, it's kind of good, huh? What do you think? Are you gonna throw up?
Yeah. But
Trump this.
so the San Bernardino woman lied about one thing. What was it? Some address?
So she lied. She put a phony address. She didn't put down that she had been at a one of those radical madrasas and that's where she got radicalized.
Wait, so here's my
So that's the stuff you have to put down in your.
here's my crazy suggestion. Instead of shutting the borders, why don't the people who checked her visa get canned and they check that stuff?
So let me ask you this question: How much? So let's get this straight. This is the K1.
Because my girlfriend has
But she has a different
visa,
kind of visa.
and
Vis-a-vis.
there's a very long process, and like you need a job, so that cuts out the idea of people coming here to live off the government because they come here to work.
But
and
she
for the
has a different
opportunity.
visa. This woman came in on a K1 fiance visa. So all she had to, they never even met. So there were a lot
Wait,
of
her and the guy?
and her husband. So the point is, this is the point. Do you know who the people are that check visas?
No.
Exactly. So the people who check visas are like 25, 26-year-olds who are put in these countries, in the embassies, the U.S. embassies, and they don't want to be there. They don't want to be there because this is like a low job. And so they just go, yeah. Okay? So that's what I'm saying is that if you have that information, you might take a step back and say, okay, because what Donald Trump said, and we can talk about this, we can talk about
Wait, but I
anything else.
wouldn't say close the borders. I'd say fix those.
Right, but all
Get
he
better
said
people.
was, so you know how many countries we're talking about? You know how many embassies? Do you know how much? So
I don't know, 5?
what he said is a temporary ban
There's also a border here, though.
until we can figure out what's going on.
'Cause
What do you
My
know? about-
girlfriend has a friend who
Your girlfriend
stayed
was
here-
upset about this.
she stayed here too long on a visa, went home, came back, got on the plane, landed here, and the border here said no, get back on the plane. And
Right,
go
because
back.
she was in the system. But we're talking about. So here's the stuff that people
But
don't
I'm saying
know.
it's not like just every other country. There's like 2 borders that they have to go through, right?
What do you mean, like the southern and the northern?
No, like when they leave and then when they land.
Yes, but what happens is those countries basically say to us, "We promise we'll vet. We promise." They don't.
Okay, but when they get here, can we have something set up?
If
here
they
to catch
if we catch them, but what I'm saying is it got missed there. So if you look let me just say what and so this is why I say it's not a racist thing, and you didn't want to talk about this. Homeland Security, the FBI director, right? Big people in law enforcement have said, we cannot vet these people properly. ISIS has been making fake passports. They have access to all this stuff. They already said that they have already infiltrated the Syrian refugees. Okay, so if they say that to you, let them. Right. So the whole thing is, well, we have to figure out what we can do so we don't, because there are already people here.
Yeah.
There were like 9,000 people who overstayed their visas that are floating around out there.
Wait. So
Or maybe it's 90,000.
did you watch the State of the Union?
Barely, I could not stomach it. I couldn't stomach it. I could not stomach it. Because here's the thing.
Wait. So let me just. So after he talked about like increasing or cancer research or making an effort. And so after they were talking about, the political analysts were talking about how, so how much is spent on military and anti-terrorism, like billions, trillions, but the chances of being killed by a terrorist in the United States are 1 in 4 million. And I took notes. There was a book about it. I forget what it's called.
So even though,
Wait, but
even though
maybe it's called, like,
Boston,
Overblown.
and I shouldn't be
Well,
saying
no,
this, but
but-
even though Boston, it has one of the biggest hubs of terrorism in the United States. Biggest hubs. Go to the FBI website. Boston, Massachusetts, right there, has a huge terrorist hub. Huge.
Yeah, 1 in 4 million. But
Right.
your chances, and then
And they're increasing.
so the reason why I brought up cancer was so if you're a male, the chances of getting cancer are 1 in 2, and a female are 1 in 3. But and they compared the money spent.
So
was
that's okay.
in
So
the,
what you're saying is,
like 4 billion.
so that's
in
fine with you.
research.
You're saying that you'll take the risk.
I'm saying the only time I've been uncomfortable in the last couple of years, in public, was the Star Wars premiere.
Oh, because they said it was gonna get a target.
What did they
Yeah.
say? No, I was afraid
Yeah.
of a middle class white male coming in and shooting up the place because he was lonely and wasn't getting laid. But
Okay.
I wasn't afraid of terrorists.
So how many terrorist acts have there been in the United States in the past year? So I'll get
I don't
that
know, but a big
information.
one happened when George W. Bush was supposed to be tough and
'Cause that was already
protecting
planned.
us.
That
It
was
doesn't
already
matter.
planned.
And then what did Obama do? He killed Osama bin Laden.
So that has nothing to do with ISIS because he was part of Al Qaeda, and Al Qaeda wasn't as big of a threat as ISIS is.
All I know is that
ISIS has only come out into power within the last
there was
5
a
years.
big boom in 2001.
But here's the question. We could go back and forth about who did this, who did what. The bottom line is, why am I a racist? And why does your girlfriend think I'm a racist
She doesn't think.
if
it
I
is.
say, why can't we just have a temporary ban? Why is that racist? I don't understand that.
Because we're the United States of
So
America.
what? We're not going to be the United States for long if we just let anybody come in here and do bad things.
But so
But why is that
last
racist?
week I said it's the First Amendment is freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Freedom to blow my legs off.
Yes.
Okay.
But there aren't. They aren't.
I already have a hip replacement.
So my girlfriend shouldn't be able to come here to do stroke research because you're afraid of Muslim
Is she from
people.
Syria?
No.
Okay, then what's the problem?
Hey, so just certain
That's what
colors.
he's. No, it's. But the thing is, there are hotbeds of terrorism. Syria, Pakistan, right? Iraq, Yemen, Libya, hotbeds. These are hotbeds. Saudi Arabia, even hotbeds of terrorism. So you want to let those people come in? You don't know where they're from. The thing is, they're making phony passports and they're coming in here. We don't even know.
All right. Well, you know how you said what country was like the rapes were up 600%.
Sweden, it's up 1,500%.
Okay.
1,500%. Read it.
Okay, so that's terrible, and rape is probably the worst crime there is. But for me, like, so if that happens to you, it's terrible. But that doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect everyone. But so instead of focusing on, and also the Mexicans too, because they're coming in and raping us too.
Did you get raped?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't make light of it.
No, but what? I'm making light of it.
No, I said I wouldn't make light of it if you were.
But okay. But big banks are raping everyone every day.
So do you feel like you're getting raped by a big bank?
Yeah.
Is that big bank theory?
Yeah. Well, like,
I'm sorry.
so personal
you think about this every
personal
day?
responsibility and stuff. Get an education, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, and be better. Join the 1%. Don't hate the 1%. But what about the bailout, the government bailout of the banks?
Right, but you had asked me
And then what did they do with that money?
what?
They gave themselves bonuses.
Of course they do.
What
I'm not
about
saying I agree with it, but
personal
what I'm saying,
responsibility?
how does that affect? You asked me a question I think on the first show. And, oh, you know what I wanted to talk about?
Because if the economy fails and people lose their jobs, that doesn't just hurt their second homes and their vacations. So I haven't looked this up.
But how does that affect you? What I'm saying is, I'm curious, like, do you walk around every day thinking, I'm getting fucked by the big bank?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. Well, I have a Bank of America account.
So I do too, but I guess I don't think.
I don't have enough money to not get fucked by them.
Right, so why don't you switch to a credit union? It's free. Cambridge has plenty of credit unions. I looked them up. If you're out there watching the show, hopefully you are. Honest to God, if you are getting fees charged, because I was at Bank of America
So you
today.
don't think they're raping you?
No, I think that
You're
this,
okay with them paying themselves money after?
No, what I'm saying is, first of all, I would like to do more research on the subject. Second of all, what I'm saying is, I don't walk around every day thinking about it. What I do walk around thinking about is, how am I going to get my patent sold? That's what I think about. I think about how I'm going to do the show. I don't think about it. I think about, okay, Bank of America was charging me a bunch of fees if I drop below a certain level. So I went online and I saw that credit unions, I actually did this within the last couple of weeks. Credit unions don't charge you anything.
Well,
so
you learned something.
my
new about
question
that.
is, why don't you just switch to a credit union? And then you don't have to feel like you're getting the shaft.
Well, somebody else is getting fucked.
Yeah,
so.
but I'm telling people right now, we have 2-3 people watching the show. And so if you're out there, I'm serious. Get out of Bank of America. Get out of Bank of America. There are a ton of credit unions right here within walking distance. And wherever you're watching the show, if it's across the United States, go to a credit union. That's the best route. You won't have to pay anything for anything. So listen, here's a topic. Okay, because, one of the things I like about you, I'm just going to tell you, and this is not the topic, but one of the things I like about you
My
is that
ass?
I've never actually looked at your ass, and I won't, but so one of the things I like about you is that, other than the fact that you are like anti-Trump, you're on the phone. We're on live TV and you're looking at your phone.
Well, Elga's texting me.
Elga.
She must be watching.
She must be, hi Elga, I'm not a racist, but
She
each
didn't
to each
say
his
you were
own.
a racist.
But anyway, so.
Apologize.
No. You know what? That's another topic for another show. We're going to talk about all these apologists in the United States.
Well, she didn't say you were a racist.
What did she say?
She was just saying it's very difficult
That
to
I'm
come
right
into the
wing.
United States. No, she didn't say anything about you.
Oh,
it's
that
not
was you.
always about you.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay, so but
Wait,
now
what?
let's make this. I said, oh, that was you. I said, okay, so let's make this about my father, because a couple weeks ago we were talking about my health insurance. We even talked about it last week, right? And one of the things you said to me was, how does this affect you? Right? Meaning, go about your business, Diana, right? Go about your business. Why do these things affect you? And that is I was thinking about this. That's the exact essence of what I'm talking about. When I was growing up, and before, before the 50s, the 40s, right? People in America thought as a team. They thought as a team. So if we
Wait,
had
so Martin Luther King,
yeah, Martin Luther King. He'd be rolling in his grave if he saw what the Black Lives Matter people did.
No, he wouldn't.
Wouldn't?
No, wait, hold on. I have this joke because I love 50s music. So I would always, they're not preaching hate or anything. They're saying stop shooting us.
They just blocked a bridge. They
How
shut
dare
down a
they?
bridge.
How dare they? Those hateful people. Wait, hold on. But so
They're not getting my vote.
well, they're not running for anything.
There
They're
you
just
go.
saying stop shooting us. But I love 50s music, and so I was thinking, oh man, I'd love to go back into the 50s, and then I take it a little bit further and say, I could be racist to black people and hit women, and nobody would think I was
Talking about American
a
values.
monster. I know, I'm just saying, like, the 50s weren't all that nice.
I didn't say it was the 50s. I said American values. So let me just bring this up because I put my father to work. So
we were in
talked-
a team back then. We were
talked about,
opposing people.
We talked
and
about letting people in here for free.
When did women
letting all
get
these
to vote?
illegal immigrants in here for free. Okay, and you said wherever the money comes from. My father gets $1,800 a month from his Social Security. That's all he has to live off of. $1,800. $900 goes to his rent, and that doesn't count heat. So that doesn't count any utilities, his phone, nothing, zero. his health insurance, right? He pays $300 something a month for health insurance out of that $1,800. He went to fill a prescription at CVS last week. A prescription that costs $8 a month. $8 a month. You know how much it went up to? A
40.
month. 44.
All right, so then you're saying become a Democrat and help people who are less fortunate.
How? We have a Democrat in the office. We have a Democrat who's been in office for 7 years. My father is paying, so he pays, this is what he pays, $44, almost $45 for his albuterol. His Advair and his Spiriva are $60. This is per month. His duloxetine $20, his other medicine $20, another one $15.
Wait, how can you say sacrifice and be a team, but then when I said to you something about, yeah, but like 8 million kids have
What I'm
health
s-
insurance, you're like, why am I paying for other kids, for other people's kids' health
Because
insurance?
I don't think that, because some of the people that actually are on assistance.
Wait, but shouldn't,
why are we
why
letting?
doesn't your dad get more from Social Security?
Because he doesn't, and ask the gazillions of other people out there who don't get it and
Well,
who don't
they-
take their medicine.
Why
because-
didn't they be rich? They should have been rich.
My point is, if you can't help the people at home, we shouldn't be letting other people in here that we need to pay for.
That's not the problem.
That is part of the problem. What is the problem then?
It's
What's the problem?
not the poor people, it's the rich people.
So the rich people are the ones with Medicaid.
I'm not smart. I also wanted to say I'm not smart enough that I shouldn't be talking about this stuff because I just say general stuff like that because I don't have any facts. But if you think people below you are the problem,
I
then
didn't say. But
you're
see here,
fooled.
this is what I'm saying. You're
I'm
assuming
not saying you.
that.
I'm saying
But that's
you.
not what people are saying. So anyway, I hope
That's
you
what they are saying.
enjoy.